환영합니다. Welcome to K-Culture Dive, where we dive deeper into the heart of Korean culture with K-entertainment issues, AI culture news, and today our K-culture issues segment where we talk with our K-pop expert. And I'm your host, Kwon So-wa. Let's dive in. And joining me this Friday is our co-host, Walter Lee. Walter, happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Soa, and happy Friday to our viewers watching. I'm Walter Lee, here to co-host next to Soa and give you the latest in Korean entertainment. But before that, Soa, you are giving off certain vibes today. Is this got to do anything with maybe our K-pop segment later?
Maybe some golden vibes.
Yes,
I could say that's a slight hint.
Yes, indeed.
But before that, we're going to have K-entertainment news. And Walter, one movie has been the talk of the week.
Yes.
And you're going to tell us how it has been doing in the past few days. Which movie are we talking about?
We are, of course, talking about The King's Warden, starting Yoo Hae-jin and also Park Ji-hoon, which went to actually straight to #1 on its opening day of release of the box office. Now, according to the Korean Film Council, the historical drama surpassed Once We Were Us, another movie, to claim the top spot, delivering on its early buzz after recording more than 240,000 cumulative tickets sales as of Thursday and drawing nearly 118 moviegoers nationwide also on its opening day. Now, this movie is set in 1457. The King's Warden tells the story of a young deposed king, King Danjong, sent into exile in the mountains and the villagers whose lives become intertwined with his as well. Now, with the highly anticipated action spy film, Humint, set to hit theaters next week, a box office showdown is actually expected during the Lunar New Year holiday. That makes this coming weekend a very crucial test, but the King's Warden is hoping a strong word of mouth will carry it through the whole holiday season and beyond that as well.
I think the number of the cumulative tickets were around 240,000 as of yesterday. Maybe it has surpassed 240,000 as of now. But as I said before, I really can't wait to watch this one. But also Humant, actually, so much to watch over the holidays. And Walter, next up, Blackpink in your area. So you have news on Blackpink?
Yes, indeed I do. YG Entertainment have revealed that the track list for Blackpink's third mini album, Deadline, confirming a total of 5 tracks. Now, the album opens with the pre-release single Jump, as we've heard, and it's been going crazy, and other titles such as Go, Me and My, and also Champion. Now, marking the group's first full member release in nearly 3.5 years, the album has fans eager to see the 4 members reunite with renewed synergy with 5 tracks that further expand Blackpink's signature sound. Now, alongside the track list, a newly unveiled poster offering clues to the album's possible concept, featuring black sand, glowing and vivid colors and surrounded by dreamy rising smoke. The image has sparked lively fans' speculations about the album's mood and messages as well.
Well, here is a fan who's very curious. I really want to listen to the entire album. And Walter, next up, you have some updates on Kiss of Life's fan meeting?
We do. We did report on this recently. So yes, Kiss of Life will kick off their Asia fan meeting with a 2-day event on March 28th and 29th, officially launching the 2026 Kiss of Life Asia fan meeting tour, Deja Vu, in Seoul. Now, it's the first stop of the tour that will take Kiss of Life to Japan, Taiwan, and Thailand. Now, already generating buzz with a detective-themed concept revealed on their main poster, Kiss of Life promises an experience that goes beyond a typical stage performance. Fans can expect interactive segments and special events designed to create a more personal connection and lasting memories with the girl group. Now, tickets for the Seoul fan meeting will be available through Noel Ticket with membership pre-sales opening at 8 p.m. on the 19th of February, followed by general ticket sales on the 20th of February. That's around 8 p.m.
All right. Thank you very much for those updates, Walter. Another hint for our segment coming up, and stick around.
I will do.
And now let's go over to our AI anchor Arirang for more on the culture front. Arirang.
Thanks, Sua. Here's your AI guide to the latest cultural headlines from Korea. Let's begin with our top story. South Korean pianist Lee Myun-tan released a new live album today featuring Bach's Goldberg Variations. The album, his fourth with Decca Classics, vividly captures his live performance at the famed Carnegie Hall in New York in April last year. Im said the Goldberg Variations feels like a journey through human life, with each emotion emerging from deep within, adding that he is honored to release the live recording. He recently appeared in Korea with the Staatskapelle Dresden, performing Schumann's Piano Concerto, and is set to begin a world tour next month featuring works by Schubert and Scriabin. A Korean exhibition presented at last year's Venice Architecture Biennale is now on view in Seoul. The Arco Arts Center in Daehangno today opened the homecoming exhibition of the Korean Pavilion from the Venice Biennale. Curated by our architectural collective CAC, the exhibition features works by architects Kim Hyun-jong, Park Hee-chan, Yang In-ah, and Dami Lee. The exhibition attracted more than 174,000 visitors in Venice last year, the largest turnout ever recorded for the Korean Pavilion. This means over 55% of all Biennale visitors stopped by to see the works of Korean architects. The Seoul exhibition runs through April 5th. The Culture Ministry has launched a Hanbok culture promotion campaign ahead of the Lunar New Year holiday. From today through the weekend, various programs will be held at the Jeongdong 1928 Arts Center in Central Seoul. Organized in partnership with the Korea Craft and Design Foundation, the campaign aims to promote the value of Hanbok, Korea's traditional attire, and encourage people to enjoy wearing it in their everyday lives. Programs include free repairs of unused hanbok and hanbok giveaways for mission participants. First Vice Culture Minister Kim Young-soo is scheduled to attend an event today to encourage those working in the hanbok industry. That's all from me. Turning now to a quick look at more K-culture stories making headlines today.
In Korea, new forms of community are emerging where people meet not to necessarily network or socialize, but to share a single experience. From playing childhood games to enjoying snacks, our Jung Hye-rim takes us inside these one-time gatherings and how they're redefining what connection can look like today.
Here at Seorae Island in Seoul's Seochogu district, more than 30 people have gathered on a Friday night. To onlookers, it may seem like a large meet and greet, but these people have only one goal: to play cops and robbers, or gyeongdo. Without much in the way of small talk, the participants do a brief warm-up exercise and get started. The game, which is a childhood staple game for Koreans now in their 20s and 30s, consists of cops who chase the robbers, who are sent to jail when caught.
We feel like neighbors because we're all strangers, but we play games together, like kids. It's like Squid Game.
The participants also enjoy games like Red Light, Green Light and Round and Round, all childhood games that were also featured in the Korean Netflix hit Squid Game. Unlike most social gatherings, they part without any interactions outside of simply playing the game.
The people here are not here to network or grab drinks. At this moment, they're simply cops and robbers, running towards a single goal, enjoying themselves.
Another one-goal meeting trending in Korea is one where people gather just to eat French fries. Here at a McDonald's in Mapogu district, 7 people have gathered solely for their love of the crispy snack. They split the bill anonymously using the Carrot app before placing their order, and a large pile of French fries soon arrives. Conversation flows easily, from personality types to hobbies, and before they know it, the food is gone. Laughing throughout, they part ways casually.
The meeting was just to eat fries, without having to talk about heavy topics or personal life, so it was enjoyable.
Both gatherings were organized through Carrot, an online platform that connects nearby users through secondhand classifieds and meetings. Because participants remain anonymous, many say there is little pressure to maintain relationships, resulting in these one-purpose meetups becoming more common. Experts say this reflects a shift in how younger generations view social connections.
In the past, relationships often came with a sense of obligation, which could make people feel uncomfortable. Today, people can choose relationships more freely and let go without pressure, which I think can actually lead to richer social connections.
From playground games to shared snacks, Koreans are finding new ways to connect without the pressure of lasting ties. 정혜림, Arirang News.
Sungnyemun Gate, Korea's national treasure #1. 6 centuries ago, this gate stood as the mighty lock guarding Hanyang, Korea's ancient capital. It embodied the majesty of Joseon, witnessed by kings on procession and envoys from afar. Its majestic pavilion inspired a deep sense of security among the people. It was more than a passage. It was the pride, the steadfast face of the capital. But dark trials followed the years of glory. Amid the devastation of the Korean War, Sungnyemun held its ground. Scarred by bullets and shrapnel, it did not fall, silently enduring the nation's tragedy. And in February 2008, another trial struck. On the night the red flames swallowed the pavilion of the national treasure, we bore the sorrow of a page of history crumbling before our eyes. But Sungnyemun would not yield. Using traditional methods, guided by the hands of master artisans and the hopes of a nation, each tile and every beam was raised again, reborn from fire, a testament to resilience. Rising again, Sungnyemun stands, braving the scars of war and fire. Amid the forest of modern buildings, carrying 1,000 years of history, it remains today Seoul's unwavering great gate, standing tall by our side.
K-pop has reached yet another milestone. Following multiple Grammy nominations that fell short of a win, K-pop has finally taken home its first Grammy trophy with Golden from the K-pop Demon Hunters soundtrack. Today, we connect with K-pop expert Jeff Benjamin to unpack what this milestone really means. Welcome, Jeff.
Welcome, Jeff.
Hello, thank you. Thank you for having me for exciting segments.
We are super excited. I hope you like the doomy look that I have today, Jeff.
Oh yeah, you both are golden, actually. I like it.
Well, Jeff, I read your contribution on Forbes and other commentaries on this. So first off, how big of a moment, how big of a golden moment is this for Golden? And how have been the reactions been among people in the music industry in the US?
Yes, well, rightfully so. It's been noted that this is a historic moment. I'm not going to argue with the New York Times when they say K-pop history has been made and that this is the first time K-pop has truly been recognized and with a major win at the Grammy Awards. And it's been really, really cool, not just to see that, talking about the fact that it's golden and recognizing it as a separate case on its own, but really recognizing that, yeah, this was a big win for K-pop. This was a big win for the Korean music industry at large. And, a lot of people having kind of nuanced discussions actually about, what does this mean for the future of K-pop? Golden arguably isn't the most obvious K-pop song in the way many fans might know it, but what does this win kind of mean for the future of K-pop in that way? So it's been really cool to see the industry, the media, everyone kind of having a really good time and having really thoughtful discussions about this.
And among other nominations, it was the Best Song Written for Visual Media Grammy that Golden received. So what exactly does this category represent, and how prestigious is it for songwriters in the music industry?
Yes. So, like you said, it is the best song written for visual media. And these are for songs written specifically for film, television, video games, or other visual medias. So, it would need to be an original song that was written by these songwriters. And like you mentioned, it is an award that goes to the songwriters. So, even though someone like the Huntrix members did sing on this song, they would not be the ones awarded for this. It would go to the songwriters, which included EJ, who sings and wrote on the song, but also Teddy, Blackpink's main producer, and all his groups of producers. And this is a category I believe is somewhat relatively new. Sometimes these visual medium categories have actually been kind of growing and expanding in recent years. They've recently added a category for video game music recently at the Grammys. So these are kind of a new category, but certainly prestigious in the sense of, I mean, to be honest, any Grammy is really prestigious. While, of course, you have those main four big awards, of course, being Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Album of the Year, and Best New Artist. Still, I gotta say, Best Song Written for Visual Media is a big one, not just because I think it only stays at the Grammys, but these are the songs that usually give us an indication of how the Academy Awards might work out, or how, the Oscar Awards, and who might win at the Oscars. So it's a big one, not just for the Grammy itself, but also maybe what it can indicate for future award shows.
Right. And I also feel it's very interesting to see, because we have so many people that were involved in making this one soundtrack golden. So with this win, you can also really see how many people these days are really involved in making such a hit song, right?
Right, I agree there. And K-pop has often been discussed in terms of, let's say, performance and also the fandom. But with this win, Jeff, can we say that K-pop's songwriting and production system itself has now been recognized by the American mainstream music industry?
I think that's a great way to put it. And I think it's significant because while there have, like I was talking about this discussion about how, yeah, maybe Golden or K-pop Demon Hunters aren't that traditional K-pop that many fans or you know, that kind of fall into those typical performances or fandom discussions. It is at its heart, you know, definitely created in that K-pop sense. Have songwriters like EJ who have done, you know, huge songs, huge classic K-pop songs for Red Velvet or aespa. You have someone like Teddy who's just been, you know, an icon in Korean music since the 90s. His production team, the people who have been working on Blackpink songs and Rosé songs and things like that. So at its core, I think like exactly what you guys are saying, that this is just like a big moment to kind of recognize the internal structure of K-pop and that production and those people, those creatives behind the K-pop that don't always get the kind of recognition or that fair shot that that many times the K-pop artists are given. But I think they're just as significant and just as important to make sure that we do recognize them and show that love for them. So personally, I love the fact that we did get to see the producers go up and accept the award. We saw producer 24 accept the award, speaking in Korean and English during his speech. I just thought that was such a cool moment, and very cool to see these guys who are always behind the scenes finally get a bit of moment in the spotlight.
Right.
Right, and you know, it's not unusual. Soundtracks from animated films have made an impact on the Billboard charts before, but it is rare for a soundtrack song like Golden to sustain a long-running #1 position worldwide. So in your view, what really distinguishes this case from, let's say, past animation original soundtrack successes?
Yeah, I think starting on Netflix is always a great way to start. Netflix just being such an accessible platform, a place where so many people are, whether they, were ready to tune into K-pop Demon Hunters the moment it came out, or they were just casually looking at it on their screens. And that goes for adults, that goes for children, that goes for families. This thing definitely had a wide appeal, right? But the key moment, I think, with K-pop Demon Hunters and Golden specifically was that there was definitely a targeted approach when it came to this song. Very early on, when K-pop Demon Hunters soundtrack was starting to get a lot of great motion, a lot of great streams, particularly in the US and globally. Republic Records, who put out the album, decided that Golden was the song that they were going to focus on first and foremost as, the title track, if you want to say, but also the song that they were going to focus on for awards. So naturally, it was about getting this song as much visibility as possible, making sure it had mainstream moments, pushing it on US radio, getting opportunities for the song to be on US television. I feel like I've seen EJ, Audrey Nuna, and Ray Ami, the three singers in Huntrix, behind Golden. I feel like I've seen them on my television so much recently, just really giving it their all for this song. So it's kind of, it's one thing to really, have a popular song, have a popular soundtrack. A great example is Encanto, which was a very popular soundtrack. But K-pop Demon Hunters really made sure the crossover happened with Golden specifically. And actually right now we're seeing the song, the first song, not How You Like That, but What It Feels Like, or How It's Done rather, is getting the next push at radio. So we might see that one make a big impact next.
Okay. Now, Jeff, let's also talk about Rosé, because she drew major attention as the first Korean solo artist to perform at the opening stage at the Grammys alongside Bruno Mars, of course. Well, the stage was great, no doubt, but she didn't win an award there. So from your perspective, why do you think that she fell short of taking home a Grammy?
Yeah, there's so many factors that come into this. Let's be honest. There's so much great music that did get recognized this year, but also great music that didn't get recognized. So, I know it's cliche to say that it's an honor to be nominated, but I really do think it was amazing to see her get nominated, and this song specifically get nominated for Record of the Year, but also Song of the Year. Song of the Year being the award that recognizes songwriters. And the fact that we have a song inspired by a Korean drinking game, Korean culture, getting recognized specifically for its lyrics on the Grammys, I think that's just such a cool moment and such something really worth celebrating. And I don't know exactly, why it didn't win. I don't think anyone would complain when you lose an award to greats like Kendrick Lamar or Billie Eilish. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if it's just they were a little ahead of their time in terms of just having a song and having that representation where people were willing to recognize that this is a huge track, but maybe not give it the win in the end. But I think, just like any moment, whether we go back to BTS or this moment with Appa 2, it's a wall that's been broken down, and hopefully we just continue to rise, and we see K-pop just continue to rise in that way as well.
Right. There was a lot of very tough competition in those categories that she was nominated in. So, like you said, that she was actually just in those categories is an achievement in itself. But back to Golden with this achievement, it seems likely that not only K-pop artists, but also Korean songwriters and producers will see a shift in their standing within the US market. Do you think that's already happening, though?
I do think it's happening, and I think it's been kind of happening in a way for a while, just in the sense of we're seeing a lot more of these like crossover collaborations happening, seeing, more artists and kind of the producers and the songwriters who have typically worked in those K-pop worlds get chances, beyond the K-pop world, and seeing a lot more collaboration in that space. I think this, though, in particular, will be a really great moment. And I hope, the US industry recognizes that these are kind of, these are core members and representatives of K-pop music and the industry in that way. And being able to collaborate and getting the chance to collaborate can actually be, a huge moment and super beneficial in that way for all different kinds of artists. It really just took a moment like Golden with K-pop Demon Hunters to be able to really show that someone like EJ, is finally getting her moment in the spotlight, or seeing Teddy, get a Grammy in this way, a name I've heard since I became a K-pop fan, over almost 20 years ago. So all these things are just, so exciting to see. And I think it's making a larger impact than maybe we might even realize, and we'll soon see the results throughout the future of pop music for sure.
All right, Jeff, just very quickly, we've got BTS and Blackpink returning. Do you think that there is a high chance that this Grammy win that we have this year could influence next year's awards?
I want to say I hope. It's tricky because, Blackpink and BTS operate as, essentially idol groups, very accomplished, amazing idol groups in that way. But Golden and Apatu and even Hybe's global girl group Cat's Eye, they kind of operate in a bit of a different way than traditional K-pop does. My hope is that, yes, this moment with Golden does help break down people's barriers, breaks down their biases, and lets people see Korean music not as something that needs to be othered or something that, can't win a Grammy. But now, it might open people's eyes to, hey, this is incredible music and it is trophy worthy, and maybe we'll see a bit more recognition in that way. And we can only hope that those moments of visibility, those moments of recognition really kind of come through and just pave the way for more successes and more achievements in that way. That's my hope.
That's our hope as well. Well, thank you very much, Jeff, as always, for your insights today, and talk to you next time.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yes, thank you, guys. Stay golden.
And thank you, Walter. We're going to have you back next week.
See you next week.
Thanks for watching and your interest in everything K-culture. Please tune in again next week and keep diving.